This is John. Guys, we're watching for the Lord's return on this channel. If you're watching my videos, we're all watching for the Lord's return. Sorry, I haven't done a video. I've been working really hard at it, really hard. And I've got about 3 or 4 videos put together. I usually just do one at a time, but I actually tried to download it yesterday. I tried everything, and I guess Satan didn't want me to download it because everything I tried, it wouldn't work all day. I tried it all day long, so then I had to just do it over and start all over. But this coronavirus in China, they got police everywhere there in China. They've got those subway train stations. They said that people there in China said there's police all over the place. They closed down the city, and they've got roadblocks everywhere, police everywhere with sirens going, stopping people, checking their temperature, and like that with that thermal. I think it's a thermal. I'm not sure how they do that. I think it's a thermal thermometer, digital thermometer, and they're checking people's temperature and stuff, and locked down the whole city of 11 million people. Wuhan is where it's at. You know, it's not a small city. It's a huge city with 11 million people. It's in the largest city in central China. So, and there's 18 million altogether that's been locked down, I think, in China, if I remember correctly. But they said there's police everywhere, and I've seen pictures of police just everywhere. And now, just as I figured, there's a case in 2 cases in America. One that was in Washington State, and one that was in Chicago. You know, I'd say that's all planned. They probably sent somebody over here with that to give it to Americans, or brainwashed them with the MK Ultra or something. But also, there was also a case. Let's see, I wrote it down in I think it was Brazil. A case was also in Brazil and Mexico. And then America's got 2 cases. So it's spreading, guys. And what I think this is going to be used for is to file martial law. You know, they like I said, they have in an earlier video I told about how they had a bunch, like 120,000 UN troops over here ready to go, put on standby. And they have all these UN vehicles and stuff ready to go. And they're trying to take, you know, people's Second Amendment rights from them, so they can't stand up against the government and fight back. And also to probably try to cause civil war in this country. It's what they want people to do. And any reason to, you know, take people out and to also file martial law. And I believe this is going to be what they use the coronavirus, is what they're going to use to I got to think about last night, think about all the police in China stuff. I believe that's what they're going to use and how it started in America. And I believe that's what they're going to use to declare martial law, because everybody will think, oh, that's all right. They're just trying to help everybody out. And I just thought of that last night. May have been the Holy Spirit that led me to that. But I was thinking about all the police and stuff in China, how they're locking everybody down, and it makes sense, because everybody would think. I got thinking about it. Everybody would think, well, they're just trying to help everybody. The ones that don't have eyes to see, that don't belong to Jesus, them especially, they would think they're just trying to help everybody. I can hear my family members saying that, but I'm not saying they don't belong to Jesus. Some might feel that way belong to the Lord, but I'm saying they're real skeptical about everything. They think the government, they believe the regular news instead of, I tell them the news that, like I do, is a lot more truthful than the news on like CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. All of them, you know, that's the mainstream news. They're not even allowed to talk about Planet X coming and all that. They're not allowed to even talk about it. And they don't tell the truth. They don't tell what they want you to know. Or you know, they may tell the truth on some things, but they don't tell the whole truth, the whole story. But they believe what the government tells them pretty much. I'm not saying they don't belong to the Lord, because I hope and pray they do, and they probably do. That's between them and the Lord. But they tend to believe in stuff the government tells them. But if you want to watch my channel, we know better than that. We know that they just tell us what they want us to hear. But also, let's see, China coronavirus outbreak. Hong Kong declares emergency and closes school. Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam said Saturday her government is raising its response level to the highest level emergency and closing schools for 2 weeks as authorities rush to contain the deadly coronavirus outbreak. And the outbreak, which started in the central Chinese city of Wuhan, has left 41 people dead. In China, the country's National Health Commission says 1,287 people are infected. Wuhan's been locked down for days. I ain't gonna read all that, but public transportation halted and flights and trains out of the city suspended. The lockdowns now embrace more than a dozen cities across China, affecting more than 50 million people. I didn't know that neither. I guess I was going to read that. Despite efforts to prevent outbreaks from spreading, cases have cropped up overseas. The U.S. confirmed a second case of coronavirus on Friday. The Centers for Disease Control said more than 60 people in 22 states are being monitored for possible infection, because I guess they got near those people that have the coronavirus. Let's see. Authorities believe the virus, which causes flu-like symptoms, moved into the human population from an infected animal at a market in Wuhan. I've heard from bats, that people eating bat soup in China, and that's what I heard. And also, hold on, guys, let me show you something else. Hang on a minute. Let me get this website up. Okay. Suspected coronavirus patient is wheeled out of a Chinese airport. I'm sure y'all seen this. Wheeled out of a Chinese airport in a see-through quarantine box while hold on, guys. While flanked by medics wearing face masks. And I'm sure y'all seen this, but they're taking this so seriously. I mean, can you imagine how that guy felt being wheeled out in that thing? That would be really embarrassing, to be wheeled out in a box with a window in it where everybody can see you. Let's see. I want to show you a certain picture on it. Hang on a minute. Oh, right here. Look at this. They got all these officials standing around wheeling him out of there. You can imagine how he felt. I feel like I was a spectacle put on display for something stupid. Like, you know, I would feel that way. I don't know about you guys, but it's like he's showing them a map saying, "Hey guys, take me here." He was pointing at the map, got a face mask on, and like he's saying, "How about taking me here, guys?" I don't know what he's showing really, but that's what it looks like. I thought that was sort of funny because the way he's pointing at that map and showing them, or pointing at whatever it is. I don't know. It don't look like a map. I don't know what it is he's showing them. But I would feel like I don't know. That would be embarrassing to be wheeled out in that thing. They're taking it seriously though. But there's been 41 people killed in China. You know, SARS outbreak, the SARS outbreak, which this is a mutated version of SARS, it killed like 800 people in 2003. When SARS broke in 2003, it killed like 800 people, which this is a mutated version of it. It could end up, wiping a lot more people out. And then I was wanting to show you this. Oh, I was going to show you about SARS, but I don't need to read that right now. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay. And you got to watch my other 2 videos after this, or about 3 or 4 videos after this one, because I got some videos coming up that you guys will be very interested in. And they're on the technology got nowadays. Guys, they're messing with stuff that they shouldn't be messing in. They've got, for this mark of the beast stuff, and I think it's going to be artificial intelligence controlled by quantum computers, and them quantum computers are just pure evil, and I believe it's messing with, I believe they're messing with demonic powers, and when they mess in that quantum computers, and that's probably what's changing our Bibles. We're in the time of the Great Deception. Our Bibles are being changed, our physical Bibles. The true Word of God is spiritual and never changed, but the physical Word is being changed in our physical Bibles. And I believe they're doing it with that quantum computers. It's some spooky stuff that they're doing. And then artificial intelligence is also demonic and run by demons, I believe. And I'll show you a video on that in a minute. But this, I'll show you that in a minute. Coronavirus blamed on bat soup as pics emerge of people eating the Chinese delicacy. Look at this. See that? How would you like to eat that? People eat some of the nastiest stuff in these end times. It may have been for years, 1,000 years, I don't know. There's probably been people eat nasty stuff for a long time, but just especially here and now, lately, in the last days, seems like it's worse. Look at that. How'd you like to sit down and eat that? That's in soup, guys. See the bowl of soup, and he's got a spoon holding it up out of the soup, or somebody does. How'd you like to have that looking back at you and eat it? That's something nasty looking. And let's see what else I was wanting to show you. If you'll hold on 1 second, let me find the other. Thought I had something else. Maybe I want to go back to the other. Oh. And Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So these there shall be famines and earthquakes, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So in these last days, it says pestilences, and there shall be pestilences, and that's disease. Well, that's like, here, I'll read it. Pestilence is definition of contagious or infectious epidemic disease that is virulent. This is coronavirus. It's a virus, as the word says, coronavirus. And it says it's a pestilence definition is a contagious or infectious epidemic disease that is virulent and devastating, especially bubonic plague. So, and guys, like I said, you gotta watch. Please watch these next videos, because you won't believe the things that this stuff is doing, and the stuff they're going to try to entice people with to sell the mark of the beast. I believe people will be lined up, especially this I generation, called the I generation. I think they're from a real young age to like 23, 22 years old or something like that. The I generation, those ones that's 22 or 23 right now and under, to a certain real young age. That's the I generation. It's all about I, me, and selfie photos and all that. Just everything about I, me. That's the I generation. I believe they'll be lined up to get it fighting over that. After this video, I'm gonna show you how they're selling it. I mean, you wouldn't believe the stuff that they're saying you're gonna be able to do with and stuff. I wouldn't take that, and I recommend nobody take that Elon Musk or any brain chip, anything in the forehead, or anything in the head, period, or in the hands, period. It's supposed to be in the right hand, but I wouldn't take nothing in the hand or nothing in the forehead, especially anything you use by yourself. I wouldn't take nothing in the hand or forehead, nothing, period. Because if you do, you'll be in the lake of fire forever, and you'll be in the worst part of hell too forever. And the smoke of your torment says, rise up forever and ever to the holy angels and to the Lord in heaven. If I remember correctly, the Bible says that. So, you won't want no part of that, guys. But I want to show you some videos on that, just blow your mind on some of the stuff that they have now. And also, I'm sure you've seen this, a high-tech robot doctor treats first U.S. coronavirus patient. It don't show a picture of the robot, but it says it's got a stethoscope on it, and has a camera, and it can talk and stuff like that. So, but they said it's treating that 30-some-year-old patient that was in Washington, so nobody has to go around here. They're taking this so seriously. That's why I believe they're doing this. I believe they're going overboard with this to try to scare people, so when they lock down the place, America, and file martial law, everybody, even my mom and dad, scared, so terrified of it. I ain't that scared of it at all, but they are. And my dad's sister went on a cruise, and he said, my mom was saying, what about, won't she be, I wouldn't do it for nothing. She said, my mom said, because she said, won't they be around, she'll probably be around people that was from China maybe, and see how people are so scared. They'd probably think it's a good thing if they locked down America with, they actually said it was a good thing they did that. My dad even said it was a good thing they did that in China, and see how people are so scared of it, how they'd be willing to allow them to do that. That's what I was thinking. Now, also we have the Planet X coming in. It's the Red Dragon, because if NASA had it on, NASA had it was showing it as the Red Dragon, because you see it on the NASA picture, but they put a blackened it out over top of it, so you couldn't see it no more, and it's got a tail behind it, a debris field of asteroids coming behind it. I want to show you these videos.
Breaks and burns up. Breakups are never easy. Angel Elim. Before 5.1 magnitude earthquake, terremoto. Mota. Tremblor.
Oh, I got it in the wrong place, guys.
Guancia. Puerto Rico. Yeah, we had a 5.1 earthquake in Puerto Rico, and we now have an asteroid for Asteroid Fight Club. And watch how it breaks and burns. This is really cool, dude. As far as asteroid, it looks like the Astonishers footage I used from back in the day.
It's in Puerto Rico.
Maybe it's a signal. Maybe it's a sign.
He said maybe it's a sign. A sign. I think it is a sign from God, because it says this wild fireball over Puerto Rico before 5.1 magnitude earthquake, and they're still having aftershocks there in Puerto Rico. There as that thing went over. So I don't know if he's talking. I think it happened right after the earthquake, and then the aftershocks was going on, the way I understand it. And that's the people there in Puerto Rico. It terrified them. They said the end of the world's here when they saw that, which it is. That's right, it is. And it had people terrified with these aftershocks going on. That big huge earthquake, it destroyed so much. And I don't know if it killed anybody. Probably did. It was a really bad earthquake there in Puerto Rico, and the aftershocks are going on. Then this meteor flew over from Planet X, that they're doing everything to hide. And I want to try to show you a video on that later too. I've got ready to do. It's just I've got so much information to get out there, guys. I don't know how I'm going to put it all together. That's what the problem is. And then this is a Firenado, in Australia. These are creating, fires are so bad in Australia, they're creating their own weather storms. This same thing right here turned over a 10-ton fire truck on a fireman, killing him recently. So when you see that, and you can see how they would be really powerful. That must have been even a bigger, stronger one that done that. And then I'll show you. Oh, sorry, guys. Actually, wait a minute. Right here. Okay, let me show you this one. See that? That was in large green meteor streaks through sky over Florida and Georgia. You can see it in Florida and Georgia. And this one is meteor streaking across Saskatoon. See that? I was going to play a little bit of each one. Here's one. Dash camera catches meteorite flash above Guam. These are all real recently, guys. A lot of them is in January this year, and some of them, all of them is within the last 8 or 10 months. See it? See that one? So all these are real recently. You see all these asteroids? I just found these. There's probably a lot more than these.
Disintegrated in a spectacular burst of flame between Melbourne and Adelaide. As Mark
Another one.
Martino explains, the blinding light could be seen for hundreds of kilometres.
From searing green to an explosion of orange, a meteor burns against the black backdrop of space, erupting in a blinding flash, bright enough to overwhelm CCTV cameras in Melbourne's east and frighten Natalia Gannick's family.
That was in Australia, I reckon.
A horror movie.
I've never seen anything like that. I didn't even know what it was. I wasn't sure. I was a bit scared as well.
The 11 p.m. light show was seen to the west of drivers near Geelong and to the east of those in Adelaide, falling toward the waters of the Bass Strait.
It definitely caught me by surprise and I was just stunned.
It was a huge fireball. It looked like it was spinning and it was very bright. It was about the size of maybe 3 full moons.
Astronomers have ruled out any connection to the tail of Halley's Comet, which was responsible for meteor showers around the world earlier this month.
It's coming from Planet X. It's a meteor from Planet X. And then let me show you this one. Let's see, this is South Florida resident spot light streak across the sky Wednesday.
And we are getting answers about a streak you might have seen across the sky this morning. A WPTV viewer sent us this photo this morning. The National Weather Service says it was likely a meteor.
Yeah, duh. Okay, and then we got witness exploding meteor 10 times stronger than World War II atomic bomb. I was going to show that one. That was about the one that happened in Russia recently. And it did look really, I mean, it made a huge sonic boom, busted all the windows and stuff around that area. And done a, I mean, just really, I mean, it was loud. Really loud.
Atmosphere in December.
And let's see, I was going to show that one. I ain't going to show that one. Neither. Oh.
About the volcano, the Tal volcano that's erupting.
He's talking about the Tal volcano that's erupting. That actually erupted, and I think it hadn't erupted again. They was looking for another big one to come anytime soon, but it hadn't. I will start to show that video too. I don't think I'm gonna have time. And it was more on the Lord coming too. I was wanting to show that one, but I don't think I have time in this video. And there's about the meteor streaks over Puerto Rico, unsettling some amid quakes. See why the quakes was going on, and it really had people there terrified with that. The aftershocks going on after that huge quake, and then the aftershocks still going on, and that meteor streaked across the sky, and then made, you know, so bright and like a big fireball. And she said it was even spinning as it was coming down. You can see it spinning. That's something. Hang on, guys. And then here we have, I think this is oh yeah, caught on camera asteroid explodes over Israel. So, an asteroid was spotted by a motorist on Israel's highway 6 right before it exploded over Israeli skies. And they got a picture of it there.
הנהגים בכביש 6 נקלעו אתמול למחזה מרהיב, כדור אש בשמיים. ופתאום קלטתי מין נקודה קטנה כמו כוכב.
Well, I can't understand that. Don't understand. Sorry, guys. I don't think you can either, unless you speak Israeli language. Let's see. And then, let me show you this. Oh, there's another thing going on. And I'm sorry, I started saying Israel. This is in Australia. Look at this huge flood they had in Australia. It is horrible. And it shows, it actually shows some dead bodies, it looks like, and I'm not going to show those. I'm going to try not to show those. I think it's what it is. It might not be, but I believe it is, because he starts crying his eyes out.
התינוק בפנים, זה לא אמיתי, זה לא אמיתי.
Okay, I'm not going to show that.
התינוק בפנים, זה לא אמיתי. תבוא עם הטרקטור, תבוא עם הטרקטור, תבוא עם הטרקטור, תוציאו אותו, תרימו. תרימו אותו, תוציאו.
He was crying pretty hard there when he
תרים אותו, תלך עם הטרקטור לשם, תוציאו אותו, יש שם ילד. תוציאו אותו שמה. הוא תקוע, התינוק באוטו, התינוק. מה, זהו, תעצרו. וואי, איזה פחד. וואי, השם ישמור. תוציאו אותו.
Okay, and then they also had some more stuff going on in Australia that showed like the end times. All this stuff's going on overseas, guys, and all these horrible catastrophes. Just wait. America's getting ready to get its part soon. The Lord's going to start pouring his more heavier judgments, his righteous judgments on this evil country soon, guys. Because this country is pure evil. It's worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. A lot of places like California, Las Vegas, Sin City, and New Orleans, New York City, where they passed that abortion law. That's pitiful, where they can kill babies up to nothing but murdering babies up to the day before they're born. That's horrible, guys. God hates them murdering babies, and I do too. That's awful, them doing that. New York City's getting ready to get it. And then, Elon Musk unveils Neuralink's plans for brain reading threads. See that? I want to show you some videos on this. See, they're even putting brain reading threads where they read your thoughts. And you can communicate with each other just by thoughts. And I'm going to show you a video on that too. And a robot to insert them. I'm sure you've seen that robot inserting them. They want to make it like that LASIK eye surgery just where you go in. They was going to do it with... They've been doing it with drilling in the head to put it, then the robot puts the wires in. They can do like six of them at a time. 6 a minute, and 6 wires a minute, those little tiny wires. But now they're started going to a laser to put the hole in the head through the skull. And then he said you just put, Elon Musk said you just put 1 stitch in it. And it's like real fast, a clamp clamps around your head, and it puts a laser, shoots a hole through your skull. Forehead probably. They probably just ain't telling us in the forehead because they don't know that people will connect it with the Bible prophecy. They don't want people to know it. They don't want people to think that it is what we know it is, the mark of the beast. So they probably ain't telling that. They're probably going to put it in the forehead right now. And let's see what this is. Oh yeah, watch this, guys.
Next up, following you around the house this time, though.
They're talking about local news jokes about Alexa robot killing you in your sleep in the future. I want you to see this.
All right, David, we're still on the theme of Alexa, following you around the house this time, though.
And here's our other robot story coming along. There are reports out today, unconfirmed by Amazon, which says it does not comment on speculation and rumors, but these are pretty good rumors that are sourced to places like Bloomberg and elsewhere, that Amazon is working on a robot moving version of Alexa. It's being designed reportedly up in Sunnyvale, up in Silicon Valley. How is it different from normal Alexa devices? All right. This is what it supposedly looks like. It's about a waist tie up to your waist. It's got wheels, and it has cameras and sensors and can follow you around the house. So basically think about Alexa mounted on top of a Roomba, and you've got an idea of what this thing is. And now you're probably thinking, like I did, well, what the heck? Well, why would anybody want that? The thinking here, and this is according to analysts, is that this would be a device that would follow you around the house, so you wouldn't need an Alexa device in every single room. Instead, you would be able to summon Alexa. She would make her way around the couch, around the car.
See, he said even summon, you'd be able to summon Alexa. See, even they know that what you're doing is summoning demons with the artificial intelligence. And quantum computers also. That's what you're doing with them. And that's why I believe it's going the image of the beast. The Antichrist is going to have people worship him, the Antichrist and the image of the beast. I believe it's going to be because the artificial intelligence, because it won't have it won't care about people at all in the least bit. And it'll be ready to put them to death, just like Satan. Satan don't care about people and be ready to put people to death. He would love to put people to death. Satan would. And so would this artificial intelligence, I'm sure. Especially it being controlled by demons and devil. But see how they said you summon Alexa? Because you know they're summoning demons.
Coffee table, down the hallway, come to where you are, and then interact with you. That's the idea anyway. My thinking is until it has arms, it's not very useful. I mean, until you can say, Alexa, get me a beer, what the heck? Moreover, I just want to anticipate that day when you wake up in the middle of the night and there's Alexa standing there quietly at the edge of your bed waiting to kill you in your sleep. But you didn't hear that from me. Back to you guys.
You must be a fan of Black Mirror.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, David. See you on Monday. All right, David, we're still on the theme of...
I don't know why everybody talks about that Black Mirror. I started to watch some of it the other day, and it showed some awful stuff. I turned my head and then told my wife to cut it off. I think she said my wife said it was a series or something. I thought it was a movie, and I sat down to watch it, and then my wife told me as it was coming on that it was a series, and I didn't think it would be nothing nasty. I didn't know really what it's about, except for what I'd read, about the info on it, and I mean, telling about it, and then, so I thought, well, it'll show me about the end times or something, maybe. I think it was about the end times stuff going on, but then it just got plumb nasty. I turned my head, so I didn't even see that part, and then told my wife to cut it off because she was said it showed something awful. And then see how they said that robot will kill you. I mean, it could kill you in the middle while you're sleeping. That Alexa robot they're coming out with, just like the Alexa, but a robot with the Alexa recorder in it or whatever, that talks to you and stuff. He even said it might kill you in the middle of the night because they know it's evil. I was going to show you that, but I don't think I got time. Guys, hang on a minute. I'm going to show you something else. Guys, I messed up on this video here. I was showing you about the flood where there was this one. Where I was showing you about the flood where there was the dead bodies laying around, it looked like. That was in Israel. I said Australia, I believe. It was in Israel. I'm sorry about that, guys. We just had that meteor go over Israel just the other day. Too. And this flooding, look at the flood, how bad it is. There's looked like about 2 or 3 dead bodies I could see laying there, and I didn't want to show it on my video. Tried to block it out, but it must be horrible. Look at all the people that were stuck out there. I was trying to rescue them. That thing, the backhoe was trying to get a car out with somebody, I guess, in it or something. It's horrible, the flooding in Israel. Like I said, America's getting ready to get its part of the Lord's more severe judgments real soon. The Lord's going to pour his righteous judgment on this evil country, like I said, real soon, guys. If all these other countries are experiencing all this stuff and have been for a while, America's time is coming real soon. And the Lord's coming back real soon. So make sure you're saved by Jesus, guys, and right with the Lord. I'm trying my best to get right with Jesus. I pray Jesus finds me worthy to go with him in the rapture. So that was in Israel, not in Australia. And I want to show you this. This one is on Australia weather freak hail and monster dust clouds sweep east coast in Australia. You gotta see this. Look at this hail first, then it's going to show a dust storm. Then after this hail, it's going to show a dust storm. It's like apocalyptic. That's what people was called in Australia, the dust storm. They got all those fires going on too. How big is this? This is like snow on the ground, but it's hail.
Oh my goodness.
In Australia.
Yeah, insurance will just skyrocket.
That's film festival. Had the smoke and
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Sound's off for now. Comes back on in just a minute. Look at that, guys. On one video, I watched a car, one car pulled over, and they said they was a wise driver. The other car kept going right on through it and didn't even slow down like it was flying. You know, you talk about causing a major wreck. Or pile up. It's so dark, I guess that was in the middle of the dust storm. It's so dark there you couldn't even see what she was trying to show you. Guys, it's apocalyptic. I saw other videos I'd like to show you on that. It was horrible coming across huge dust storm, huge. And everybody over there was talking about how it looked apocalyptic and the end of the world was there and stuff. A lot of people in Australia. All right, love you guys. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Love y'all. Bye.